2019 was a pretty crazy year.
I don't know, I guess it feels like it's been a year with a lot of stories that make you feel bad, but also some moments that have been really inspiring as well. And so I guess it's just a mixed bag of a year.
Vaping became a very significant issue. I will say it kind of started off slowly, so we had a case or two, and then all of a sudden it just seemed like there was a case every single day, left and right.
Vaping was huge. I mean, I think that a lot of people, they thought that it was safe.
She had told me that she was smoking cigarettes, and I thought it was safe to smoke something else.
Whitney has been vaping for 2 years, 3 to 4 pods a week. This mother deeply regrets not doing anything. They say doctors are treating Whitney for respiratory distress.
It would be certainly prudent to consider not using them at all.
I think the latest numbers are about 1,800 cases nationwide of people getting sick, and more than 35 have died.
It was blood coming out of his mouth, blood coming out of his nose, and I touched him and he was cold.
An autopsy found Wells's lungs had hemorrhaged, and his family just couldn't understand how a healthy 30-year-old man suddenly died like that, until they thought about how much Wells was vaping.
I knew then that that's what killed him.
Now, with lung damage cases being connected to e-cig use, like this one WFAA showed you this week involving a teen in Fort Worth, 2 medical professionals told me it's fair to say vaping likely played some role in Wells's death.
So it became a really hot topic, especially for parents. I mean, parents who have teens who are vape users, you know, they were kind of left in the dark. First of all, you can't smell it like cigarettes, so you don't know if your teen is even doing it. Second of all, we don't know what's in this stuff. And that was the big story throughout the years. How safe are these vaping products? And we still don't have that answer here as the year closes. You're undercover with the WFAA investigative team.
Don't lie when they ask you your age.
We're alongside Allen Police on a sting operation targeting retailers.
All right, this is our first stop.
Who sell e-cigarettes illegally to kids. Watch what happens at Pride Food Store in Allen.
Hello, can I get the mint jewel pods?
Remember, you have to be 21 to buy e-cigarette products in Texas.
Do y'all have the off-brand ones?
But the clerk doesn't even hesitate.
Blueberry, please.
To sell a pack of vaping pods equivalent to 4 packs of cigarettes.
$16.23.
To the 16-year-old girl. Next, police enter to issue the clerk a misdemeanor citation.
You've been observed selling tobacco products to a minor.
I interviewed the mother of a guy who was in his 20s, and he had only been vaping like less than 6 months. And he was in a coma. They thought they were going to have to try to do a lung transplant. He was very serious. His mom prayed and prayed and prayed with him, and eventually he did make it out. He nearly died. The day before he fell ill, he had vaped with THC.
As from a mom's perspective, it's very painful. It's very hurtful to see your child in so much pain and not be able to help him.
His mother says just before he was placed on the respirator, JD was able to talk to her.
He was scared of not being able to breathe. He didn't know what the outcome or what was going on with him. He's like, I'm scared, Mama, I'm scared. And that's all I can hear and say.
The chemical makeup changes when it's heated and then inhaled into the lungs. And the truth is, there are no tests out there. There's no research yet that shows that when these chemicals and the components of the liquid are heated and vaporized, that it's safe. There's no proof. There's no research of that yet. And the companies have until May of 2020 to prove that they're safe. But again, in the meantime, we're seeing people get sick and die. At last check, 147 people in Texas have reported severe lung disease, and 1 has died in connection to vaping. The CDC says the majority of those who've become sick report vaping THC or marijuana in conjunction with other adulterated products. But what about the mainstream, store-bought products? How safe are they? Besides what's listed on the packaging, we wanted to know what's in this stuff.
I'm not exactly sure. There may be something I don't know about.
To find out, we bought 6 different vaping liquids and commissioned a lab in Oregon to analyze them. Light-scale labs tested for 130 common and problematic chemicals, including pesticides and carcinogens, and found these 5 products passed government standards. But this one, Mango CBD, did not actually contain any CBD, but it did contain lead. And instead of yanking the products from store shelves, the feds did something a little bit unusual, and they allowed these products to remain on store shelves for years. So they granted those e-cigarette companies that extended deadline and said, okay, you can have until May of next year, May of 2020, to prove to us that this stuff is safe. But in the meantime, you can keep selling it. And that's where kind of the problem is that it seems that the feds may have missed their chance to really crack down on this stuff, because as we've seen, in the meantime, the amount of vape users has spiked, and so has the number of people getting sick from it.